All right, so let's jump into something that's got everybody talking these days.
Right.
Instant funding prop firms. You heard about these?
Definitely.
What's the real deal? Are they just hype, or is this actually like the future of how we're going to be trading?
It's definitely more than just hype.
Okay.
We're seeing a pretty fundamental shift
Okay.
in how people are getting access to the markets these days.
And so break it down for us. What is an instant funding prop firm?
Okay, so imagine you've got the skills, you got the strategy, the drive, but you're stuck because you need more capital to really make things happen.
Right.
So that's where prop firms come in. They provide traders with funds to trade,
Okay.
and in return, they take a cut of the profits.
Oh, so it's like they're giving you the keys to a race car, but instead of burning rubber, you're burning through buy and sell orders?
Pretty good analogy.
All right.
But here's the thing. It's not just about the money.
Okay.
These firms are using some pretty sophisticated technology. Algorithms, machine learning to evaluate traders quickly and objectively.
So it's not just some guy in a suit, like looking at your resume and saying no.
It's not like the old days of trying to convince a bank manager to give you a loan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Data.
It's much more based on data.
So less gut feeling,
Yep.
more data-driven decisions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're looking at your actual performance, your risk management,
Mhm.
your consistency. It's a much more meritocratic system.
That's really interesting. How big of a shift is this?
I think, honestly, it's pretty revolutionary.
Oh.
For years, trading was seen as this kind of exclusive club, right?
Yeah.
Only for people with deep pockets or the right connections.
Yeah. Seems like it's always been that way.
Prop firms are really changing that. They're democratizing the markets,
Okay.
making it possible for anyone with talent and skill
Right.
to get in the game.
So essentially, it's leveling the playing field a little bit.
Leveling the playing field, exactly.
Yeah. And speaking of leveling the playing field, we're really passionate about supporting new traders.
Yeah.
Aspiring traders like yourself listening to the show. So we're actually offering our own funding opportunities here at the Traders with Edge podcast.
That's great.
Yeah, you can take our challenge, prove your skills, and we'll fund you with up to $500,000 to trade with.
That's a phenomenal opportunity.
Yeah, so if you're tired of hitting that capital ceiling and you just want to break through,
Yep.
this could be a really cool way to do that.
For sure.
All right, so let's get back to it. How does this instant funding process actually work?
The first step is usually an evaluation phase.
Okay.
You get a simulated account
Uh-huh.
with some specific rules and targets that you need to hit.
Okay.
This is how the firm assesses your trading abilities, your risk management, and your overall consistency.
So they're not just throwing money around.
Yeah.
They want to see that you can actually do that.
They want to see that you can trade profitably and responsibly.
It's like a tryout. But instead of fancy footwork, you're showing off your trading prowess.
Exactly. And this is where all that tech I was talking about comes in.
Okay.
Prop firms use complex algorithms to analyze your trading data in real time.
Okay, hold on. What kind of algorithms are we talking about here? What are they actually looking for?
So that's where things get really fascinating and maybe a little technical.
Okay.
There's different types of algorithms that firms use, but generally speaking, they're designed to identify traders who are consistently making profitable decisions while managing risk effectively.
Yeah.
They look at things like your win rate,
Okay.
your average profit per trade, your maximum drawdown.
Okay, what is maximum drawdown?
Drawdown is the peak to trough decline during a specific trading period.
Mm-hmm.
So it's essentially the biggest loss you experience
Okay,
before you start making profits again.
got it.
Prop firms want to see that you can handle losses without letting them derail your overall performance.
You don't want to just completely blow up.
They're looking for traders who are disciplined, consistent, and can keep a cool head when things get a little turbulent.
All right, that makes sense. So you've gone through this evaluation phase. What happens next?
If you meet the firm's criteria, you'll be offered a funded account.
Okay.
This is where things get real.
Okay.
Now you're trading with actual capital, putting your skills to the test in live market conditions.
That's got to be a little nerve-wracking.
And that brings up a really interesting point from a psychological standpoint.
Oh, yeah, I was just thinking about that. The pressure of now you're trading with real money,
Exactly.
not simulated anymore.
Trading psychology is a huge factor in performance, and it's something most new traders really struggle with. When
Yeah.
you're risking your own hard-earned money, emotions can cloud your judgment.
Yeah, fear and greed, right?
Fear and greed can lead to impulsive decisions.
Yes.
But when you're trading with a prop firm's capital, that emotional pressure is significantly reduced.
Okay, the difference between driving a rental car and your own car. You're more likely to ding it up if it's not yours.
Exactly. You're less likely to take unnecessary risks.
Okay, hold on a second, though.
Yeah.
Some people might hear this and be like, well, if it's not my money on the line, am I going to really try as hard?
That's a valid concern,
Yeah.
but I think it actually works the opposite way.
Okay.
When you're not constantly worried about losing your own savings, you can actually focus more clearly on your strategy
Okay.
and execute trades with more confidence and objectivity.
You're not second-guessing every single trade you make.
Exactly. It's
Got it.
about discipline and consistency, which are absolutely essential for long-term success
Yeah, for
in
sure.
the markets.
Okay, so let's say you aced it, you got the funded account, you're ready to go. What are some things people should be looking for when choosing a prop firm? Because it seems like there's a ton of them out there. How do you find the right one?
That's a great question, and it's something we'll dive into in detail after a quick break.
All right, sounds good.
Choosing the right prop firm is really important. It's like finding the right trading partner.
Yeah.
You want to make sure your goals and values align. So let's break down
Okay.
some of the key factors to think about.
All right, let's talk money first.
Yeah.
What about profit split? How much do you get to keep?
Yeah, profit sharing is a big one,
Okay.
and it can vary quite a bit from firm to firm. Some firms might offer an 80-20 split,
Okay.
which is pretty generous.
Yeah.
Others might start you off at 50-50.
So is it just as simple as whoever gives you the biggest cut?
Not necessarily. You got to look at the bigger picture.
Okay.
A firm with a lower profit split might actually offer other advantages.
What?
Better trading conditions.
Okay.
More support or lower trading costs.
Gotcha. So there's a bit of a trade-off there.
Exactly.
What about leverage?
Leverage is super important too.
Yeah.
Especially for some traders.
For sure.
It's essentially borrowed capital that amplifies your buying power. So it can be a really powerful tool, but it's a double-edged sword. Higher leverage can lead to bigger profits,
Obviously.
but it also magnifies your losses
For sure.
if a trade goes against you.
I remember when I first started out trading, I got really excited about leverage, and I took on way more risk than I could handle.
Yeah, I think we've all been there.
Yeah.
It's a valuable lesson, though.
Yes. Very valuable.
Painful, but valuable.
So find a prop firm that aligns with how much risk you're willing to take on.
Exactly.
Don't just go for the highest leverage you can possibly find.
For sure. For sure.
So we got profit sharing, we got leverage. What else should we be looking at here?
Trading conditions are another really important thing.
Okay.
You got to think about what markets you want to trade. Forex stocks, futures, crypto,
Mm-hmm.
and then make sure the firm actually gives you access to those markets.
Right, of course.
Look at the trading platforms that they support, their order execution speeds, and the fees that they charge.
Yeah, you don't want to be stuck with some platform that's super slow or glitchy all the time.
Exactly, especially if you're a scalper or a day trader. And don't forget about things like payout frequency.
Okay.
Some firms pay out weekly.
Okay.
Others might do it monthly. Some might have a minimum trading volume requirement before you can actually withdraw profits.
Okay.
All these little details matter.
Yeah, it all adds up.
It can impact your overall trading experience and your bottom line.
Okay, so that's all the money stuff. What about the non-money stuff? What about support resources? Does the firm do anything besides just give you money to trade?
Yeah, the best prop firms actually really invest in their traders.
Okay.
They go beyond just giving you the capital.
How?
They provide ongoing education and support.
Oh, okay.
Look for firms that offer things like training materials, webinars, mentorship programs,
There.
maybe even one-on-one coaching.
Wow, that's awesome.
Some firms have really vibrant trading communities where you can connect with other traders,
Yeah.
share ideas, and learn from each other's experiences.
I like that because I feel like trading can be lonely sometimes.
Yeah,
Just sitting there staring at your computer screen by yourself.
exactly. Having that sense of community
Yeah,
can be really valuable.
for sure.
So it's not just about the money. It's about creating an environment where traders can really thrive.
I like that. And speaking of thriving, let's circle back to something we talked about earlier, our funding opportunity here at the Traders with Edge podcast. We're looking for talented traders like yourself.
Yeah,
Take our challenge,
yeah,
prove your skills,
yeah.
and you could be trading with up to $500,000.
It's a great opportunity
Yeah, it really is.
to accelerate your journey as a trader.
Yep.
And really get some real-world experience
It's-
in a very supportive environment.
Okay, we talked about how prop firms work, what to look for when choosing one. But let's get a little deeper here. Let's talk about the psychology of trading. We touched on this earlier, the benefits of trading with somebody else's money.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that a little bit more?
Yeah, so like I said before, trading psychology is usually the biggest hurdle for new traders.
For sure.
When you're risking your own money, it's incredibly easy
Yeah.
to get caught up in that emotional roller coaster.
Yeah, I know that feeling, the high of a win
Yeah.
and then the low of a loss. It can really mess with your head.
Yeah. It's a recipe for impulsive decisions
Yeah.
and inconsistent performance.
So when you're trading with someone else's money, you're not as attached to each individual trade. You're not like freaking out so much.
Exactly. You can step back, detach from the immediate outcome, and focus on the bigger picture,
Oh,
your overall trading plan, your risk management strategy.
so it's not about becoming a robot and having no emotions.
No,
It's more about managing them.
exactly. You're not trying to eliminate your emotions altogether. That's impossible. But what you're doing is you're creating like a psychological buffer that helps you to make more rational and disciplined trading decisions.
I like that psychological buffer.
Yeah.
Like you're protected a little bit.
Exactly. It gives you more confidence
Okay.
to stick to your plan,
Right.
even when the markets are going crazy. And that confidence can lead to better results in the long run.
So really it all comes down to finding the right firm for you.
For sure. For sure.
Do your research.
Absolutely.
Ask lots of questions.
Yeah.
Don't jump at the first thing.
Take your time. Understand the different types of firms, the trading conditions, the fees, the support structures, read reviews, talk to other traders.
That makes sense.
Ah.
Okay, so let's wrap up here with one final thought for our listeners.
Yeah.
What's the one piece of advice you would give someone who is thinking about going down the prop firm route?
Like I said before, the most important thing is to do your research.
Okay.
Don't just jump at the first flashy offer you see.
Yeah.
Take the time to really understand what you're getting into. Read the fine print,
Mm-hmm.
talk to other traders, and really make sure you're comfortable
Okay.
with the firm's approach.
That's great advice, folks. That's our deep dive into the world of prop firms.
Yep.
We've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
From how these firms work to the psychological benefits of trading with their capital.
Yeah,
Hopefully you learned a few things.
for sure.
That'll help you make some decisions about your trading journey.
Absolutely.
And who knows, maybe one day we'll see you as a funded trader.
That'd be great.
So what's the one key thing that people should remember from all of this?
I think the most important thing to remember is that trading is a skill that takes time and dedication
Yeah.
to develop.
Nobody becomes a trader overnight.
No,
It takes a lot of work.
but with the right resources
Yeah.
and support,
Yeah.
anyone can achieve success in the markets.
And hey, if you're looking for the right resources and support, make sure you check out the Traders with Edge podcast funding challenge.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity for anyone looking to break through
Yeah.
those financial barriers.
All right, so to wrap up this whole deep dive into instant funding prop firms, are they the future of trading?
I think so.
Yeah.
They're making trading more accessible. They're fostering new talent, creating a more meritocratic environment.
It's an exciting time to be in the markets, that's for sure.
It is.
All right, so to wrap things up, do you have any last words of wisdom for our listeners?
Yeah, just remember, trading is a journey, not a destination.
Okay.
Be patient,
Mm-hmm.
be persistent,
Okay.
and always be striving to improve your skills.
That's great advice. All right, folks, that's it for this episode's deep dive. Hope you enjoyed it,
We hope you learned something.
and we'll see you next time.
See you later.
Okay, so it does seem like they're shaking things up in a big way.
Yeah.
But are there any downsides, any risks to this whole prop firm thing?
That's a good question. And yeah, like any business model, there are always potential downsides.
Okay, so like what?
One thing to be careful of is like predatory firms
Okay.
that prioritize their own profits over the traders.
What do you mean predatory?
Like they might lure you in with all these promises of like quick money
Right.
and easy funding, but then they hit you with all these hidden fees,
Ah.
unrealistic targets or rules that make it really hard to actually profit.
So you really got to read the fine print.
Yeah,
Do your research before you sign up with any of these companies.
absolutely. Transparency is key. You want to work with a firm that's upfront about everything.
Right.
Their fees, their risk management policies, what they expect from you.
So how can you tell if a firm is actually invested in your success as a trader?
Look for firms that offer good educational resources.
Yeah.
Mentorship, maybe even one-on-one coaching.
Yeah.
A good firm will go beyond just giving you money.
Right.
They'll give you the tools that
Uh-huh.
you need to actually become profitable.
So it's about finding a firm that's like a partner,
Exactly.
not just a bank.
More than just a funding source. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let's say you're listening to this and you're thinking, okay, I want to do this.
Right.
What are some steps they can take to get started?
First, like we've been saying, do your research.
Okay.
Look at different firms, compare what they offer,
Okay.
read reviews from other traders,
Okay.
talk to their customer support,
Mm-hmm.
ask questions.
Don't be afraid to ask questions.
No, don't be shy. You're making a commitment here. So you really want to understand what you're getting into.
Okay. And once you've narrowed it down a little bit,
Yeah.
what's next?
Take advantage of any free resources or demo accounts
Oh, yeah, good idea.
that they might offer.
See if you like the platform.
Exactly. It's like a test drive before you buy the car.
Makes sense. And then,
And network.
yeah, good point.
Talk to other traders.
Okay.
Join some online communities. Go to some webinars.
Okay.
Get some insights and guidance from people who have been there.
It's all about learning from each other,
Exactly.
sharing experiences,
Supporting each other's growth.
and remembering that trading is a journey,
It is.
not a destination.
You got it.
Be patient,
Yep.
be persistent,
Yeah.
and always be learning.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
So for all of you out there listening who are ready to take that leap, remember, the Traders with Edge podcast is here to support you.
We are.
Check out the website. We've got all sorts of resources and educational materials,
We do.
and of course, our funding challenge.
Yes.
We want to help you succeed.
We do.
All right. That's it for this episode's deep dive into prop firms.
It's been fun.
Yeah, it has been.
Thanks for having me.
We hope you found it informative
Yeah.
and insightful.
Hopefully you learned something.
And we will see you next time.
See ya.